Hello YouTubers and fellow Whovians, and welcome to another Doctor Who DVD review. This time it's of The Hand of Fear, starring Tom Baker as the 4th Doctor and Elisabeth Sladen in her final regular appearance as Sarah Jane Smith. And appropriately, Sarah Jane Smith takes up a lot of this front cover here. She's holding the hand, which is in the title of this story. We have the 4th Doctor at the centre, just there, looking all concerned. And we have this lovely lady here, who is the villain of the story. And she is called Eldrad. Overall, it is a superb front cover. That is the side of the DVD, so a little bit more going on. You can see a little bit of the quarry, because they use a quarry for this story, because when doesn't Doctor Who do that? This was written by Bob Baker and Dave Martin. The Doctor and Sarah return to Earth, but are plunged into danger as soon as they step from the TARDIS. They arrive in a quarry rigged with explosives, and the blast leaves Sarah unconscious in the rubble. A fossilized stone hand in her grip. What strange power does the hand have over Sarah Jane? Special features include a commentary by Tom Baker, Elisabeth Sladen, Judith Parris, Bob Baker and Philip Hinchcliffe. Changing Time, a 50-minute documentary looking at the making of the story and the special relationship between the Doctor and Sarah. Swap Shop, Tom Baker and Elisabeth Sladen are interviewed by Noel Edmonds and callers on the Saturday morning children's show. Continuities, rare surviving continuity announcements relating to the story. We have a photo gallery, the Doctor Who Annual 1977, which you need a PDF DVD-ROM, Radio Times billings, which you also need a PDF DVD-ROM, production information, subtitles, and finally a digitally remastered picture and sound quality. The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 2nd and 23rd of October 1976. It was produced by Philip Hinchcliffe. The episodes were directed by Lenny Main, and the cover was by Lee Binding. And this DVD came out in 2006, around the time of when Sarah Jane made her return to Doctor Who in School Reunion. And the runtime for this story is 99 minutes, so 4 episodes long, and it contains mild fantasy, violence and scary scenes, hence why it is a PG. It also has Dolby surround sound. So yeah, fittingly, the leaflet and the disc has Sarah Jane holding the hand of fear. The Hand of Fear is one of the greatest Doctor Who stories of all time. If you don't have this, then what is wrong with you? If you're not a Doctor Who fan, then I can understand that. But if you call yourself a Doctor Who fan and you don't have this story in any medium, then I'd question that. I think this is a great story. It's right at the height of the Tom Baker era. This story shows, again, just like a lot of the other stories from around this time, why the Doctor and Sarah were probably the most iconic duo in Doctor Who history. The relationship on and off screen, it really works well. The villain of this story as well, Eldrad, is actually a good one-time villain of the programme. I know that this villain has come back in other mediums like Big Finish, but I think for TV standards, it was a really good one-time villain. And I think it's really good that the story centred a lot on Sarah Jane Smith, as it was her final regular TV appearance. And I've got to talk about the final scenes in this story, because if I don't, then I'm not doing this story justice. The final scenes between the Doctor and Sarah, when they're saying goodbye to each other in their own sort of way, it is one of the most beautifully acted sequences ever put to screen in Doctor Who history. The chemistry between Tom Baker and Elisabeth Sladen, it showed all the way to the end. Tom Baker and Elisabeth Sladen even wrote out the last scenes between the two characters, and for what it's worth, The Hand of Fear is such a great send-off for someone who I regard as the greatest companion who has ever been in Doctor Who. Elisabeth Sladen will always be remembered for her most iconic role, and it's really good, really, that she came back a few years later in spin-off appearances, whether it was in K9 and Company, whether it was in the 20th anniversary special, The Five Doctors, and in a new series with David Tennant, and in her own series, The Sarah Jane Adventures, where David Tennant and Matt Smith appeared in. So, not many other companions get something like that, so yeah. And what adds to this even more is the special features, the whole documentary on the relationship between the Doctor and Sarah, how it all developed from the word go, even her relationship with John Pertwee's Doctor in the season she was in with him. And I'm so glad that they did a commentary on this, both Tom Baker and Elisabeth Sladen, along with the rest of the people who worked on this story. It is a really remarkable story. It's really sad at the end. Every time I get around to watching this, I'm always sorry to see Sarah Jane go. And I'm always excited as well, because I know, well, they're going to meet again one day, and things will be different. So, yeah, all I can say now is The Hand of Fear. If you're a Doctor Who fan, then absolutely 100% it's worth buying. It's an amazing story from start to finish. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this DVD review. It means a real lot to me, and all I can say now is stay tuned.